Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast. Of course, I'm your host, BeBall Jones, and today we just gonna chill like a little bit. We ain't got no for real topic to go into in depth about. We're not gonna sit here and to have a debate. We're not here to give any game. We're not here to really have a true discussion. We're just catching you guys up on our lives and what's been going on. This is kind of just like a free, uh, fun episode, primarily with Nelson over there got the biggest announcement, biggest news to give you guys, man. But if you enjoy it, which you will, because that's all we do. You feel me? We don't drop nothing bad, because I don't know how to do that. I don't think it's possible. First off, so let's just get that out of the way. But anyway, man. Nelson, what's up with you, bro? Let's get into it, man. Tell the people what's been going on with you, man.
Man, what's up, bro? Been a lot going on, honestly. so I kind of took starting with the basketball side of things. I know people probably be more interested in that first, but so season is over at this point, as y'all probably have guessed. Um, we finished sixth place in our league, so not the best, not the worst. It's 10 teams in the league, so bottom half, unfortunately. But top eight make the playoffs, so we made the playoffs. And I'll get into that a little later. But when the season near the end of the season, we had 3 games left. I think we had 3 games left in the season. We were playing against one of our conference games, North Georgia. I end up running into another player, right? So this is exactly how it happened. We full court pressing. I'm running full speed to get the steal. They threw the ball long to my man. I reached my hand out like this, and I hit his hand. I hit his arm, and like my middle finger and my index finger snaps back. And heard a pop noise. I was shaking my hand. I was holding. I was like, man, what's going on? Like, I don't know what happened. I was like, dang, bro, like I just hurt my hand. I didn't know what happened. So then, like a couple seconds later, the ref walked up to me because I think we ended up fouling. They went to the free throw line. The ball went through the free throw line. I went through the net. On the free throw, I caught it, and when I caught it, I was trying to hold the ball and jump. Like, this is my opportunity to try to see like what was wrong. I was like, I'm trying to hold the ball. I was like, I can't grip the ball. Like, what's going on? And the ref said, "You okay?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "You need to come out." I said, "Yes, sir." And I walked off. I said, "Coach, get me for a sec." Somebody came and got me. I go to the trainer to tell her what happened. She was like, she was feeling my hand and stuff, and she was, she felt like some popping in there and stuff, and she was like, I don't like that. I don't know what that is." And she was like, "How do you feel?" I said, "I don't know. Like, I'm trying to see if I can like grip and stuff, but I hurt my hand. I don't know. I don't know what's going on." She said,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, well, it's up to you if you want to play or not." So I pulled one of my teammates off the bench. I said, "Hey, come throw the ball with me." He was like, "What you doing, bro?" I'm like, "Man, just throw the ball back and forth with me. I'm trying to see if I can, catch and pass and jump." So I'm realizing like, okay, I can't really like throw the ball with this hand. 'Cause, like my, your middle finger kind of like what you use to push most of the time because it kind of
Mm-hmm.
lead off. So I'm like, man, I can't pass, I can't dribble for real. I'm like, man, what's going on? I actually had a friend in the stands be like, "Nelson," and I turned around, I looked at him, and they said, "Sit down, like don't play. You okay?" I was like, I looked down, I was like, it's like, "Sit down, like you got a career to think about." I was like, but man, it's hard to put that kind of stuff to the side. So I went back in the game, like
Yeah.
most people. I went back in the game. I was like, y'all, I probably can't shoot, but I'm gonna come out here play defense and stuff, whatever. I told coach that. He said, "Can you go back?" I said, "I can go back, but I don't think I can shoot or nothing." But he was like, "That's all right, man. Just play defense and rebound." I was like, "Okay." So I'm out there knowing I can't shoot. I'm setting screens for these boys and everything. I'm trying my best to get somebody else over because I know like I'm over it. Like I can't shoot with my right hand. So fast forward, we lost the game, and come to find out, broke my hand, broke my 2 metacarpals in this hand. So this is what it looks like now. I ain't want to scare y'all, but this is what it looks like now. I had it in a hard cast earlier, but I actually had my follow up appointment today, and they took me out the hard cast and put me in this so I can start rehab and stuff. So I can move it and stuff. I had surgery on it. I should do that in there. Had to have surgery to repair it. So yeah, that's what ended up happening. Broke my hand, and yeah, so that hurt. It hurt pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
But We ended up losing that game because I don't want people to be wondering. But we ended up losing that game. When I came out, we ended up going down immediately. Surprise, surprise. But so I went to the doctor the next week because that game was on Saturday. We had a game on Wednesday. My appointment was on that Wednesday. I mean that Thursday. So I couldn't play in the game. I was out. So I'm just icing the jump. That's all I'm doing. Actually, my fault. I had an appointment on Tuesday. Then they told me to go see a specialist on Thursday. So that's when it ended up happening. I'm just praying like Tuesday they're gonna tell me some good news. I'm like, I just hope and pray Tuesday they're gonna be like, yeah, man, you hyperextended something. Just ice and rehab should be good. That's what I'm. You know how athletes is. That's what I'm praying happen. I'm like, just say I like pulled some hyperextended something, please. Went in there, got them X-rays, broke bad too. They was like, oh yeah, you did that. All the doctors and nurses came in there. Like anybody that saw it, they was like, ooh, yeah, you broke that. I can show y'all the X-ray, but that'd be a little too much. But yeah, so like in this hand, think about it in this hand, like you kind of see my bones in my finger. So these bones right here broke. These are the bones right here that broke. So like these two fingers was like done. Like I can move them, but as far as like passing, shooting with my right hand and stuff, it was over. I couldn't do none of that. So I'm like, man, okay. Like, what can we do to play? I'm like, what can we do to play? We got 3 games left and in the playoffs. I'm like, what can we do to play? He was like, I want you to see this specialist that does a lot of work on Auburn athletes. He comes every 2 days, 2 days out the week. I want you to see him on Thursday. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, okay, well, that means I can't play Wednesday. So with that, it's so funny how that happened because like everything went so fast. Because I'm really trying to figure out like what am I gonna do? My head athletic trainer Tanika came with me to the appointment. So she texted Coach Moore in the appointment. She was like, she went in and told him what was going on. So then when the appointment was over, I said, I gotta call Coach Moore. She said, I already texted him and told him what's going on. I said, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's good. Before I got in the car to leave that place, Coach Moore had called me. Coach Moore called me. I'm like, oh man, I was not looking forward to talking to this man because I was like, he gonna be sad. So, fun fact, Coach Moore loves to call me Kareem because I'm the captain of the team, and then I wear goggles, and then like I'm a big, all that good stuff. A lot of similarities. So he calls me
Yeah.
Kareem a lot because they call Kareem Cap, and some of the guys on the team call me Cap. They call me because I'm the captain. He calls me. I pick up the phone. I said, hello. He said, Kareem. I said, what's up, coach? He said, how you gonna do me like this, Kareem? I said, coach, I ain't trying to do it. He said, coach, Kareem, you gonna leave me out here with these other boys, man? You gonna let me just coach them by myself, huh? That's how you gonna do me. He said, you told me you were never gonna leave me, never gonna forsake me. I said, coach,
Dang,
I'm
coach.
sorry. I felt bad. I said, coach, I'm sorry, bro. I tried. Like, I was really hoping and praying that I was going to be okay. And I was like, but they want me to see this specialist on Thursday. And, he going to try to hopefully figure out a way for me to play. So I can't play Wednesday, but the next day, I should be figuring something out, hopefully. He was like, all right, then, let me know. But Wednesday might be rough. So we played Wednesday. I ain't gonna get into it too much. I don't want to make my teammates seem bad or nothing. They went out there and played hard without me, but they didn't end up winning. But cool, we lost that game, so we didn't move in seeding and then we were still in sixth place. So cool. I go to the specialist on Thursday. He really was telling me, he was like, it was really scary, actually. It was very scary what was going on because he was telling me all the risks of playing. Because, that's his job. He got to tell me. He was telling me all the risks of playing. That junk was scary. He was like, yeah, man. He showed me one of the x-rays. So I had an x-ray with my hand shaped like this, right? And you can see it coming from the side. So from right this angle, you can see the bone sticking out from the rest of it, like where it was broken. So it was like, if this is the bone was like this. So you could see the point. And he was like, you see this right here? This is sharp. You understand? So if when you close your fist and do this, these muscles are pulling down on your hand. That's the pain you feel, and your bones aren't withstanding that pull. That's why it hurts to make a fist, to push things like that, because those muscles are pulling. This is sharp, so if you pull too hard or something hits you the wrong way, it's quite possible this bone could break your skin, and now you got an open wound. I was like, I'm in there. I was like scared. I was, on the outside, I was like this, but on the inside, I was like, I
Yep.
was I was freaking out, boy. I was freaking out. I was like, yo, did he just say my bone could pop out of my hand? Like, that's crazy. And then the trainer was right here. She heard the whole thing. She probably knew I was scared. So that was like half the doctor's appointment, was him telling me what could happen. And then I was like, okay, so what options do I got to play? He was like, well, we got a couple options, but it's hard because it's your right hand, you're right-handed, and you play basketball. You say, I work with a lot of football players. Football players get injured like that. We might send them out there with a club for a hand. Like they got a cast completely surrounding their hand, and they go out there and play. I mean, because you play defense, you don't really need both hands. You just need to be able to swat the ball, tackle somebody, whatever. You don't really need to be able to catch. You just need to be able to hit somebody, stop other people, stuff like that. But you play basketball, so it's different. It's like you need that hand. Like you're not gonna be very good without it. I was like, yeah, that's true. So what we ended up coming to, um, they gave us the suggestion of putting a clamp on it, like this cast, similar to what this is, kind of actually almost exactly what this is, I think, but maybe a little bit thicker. So they made this cast for me. The trainers did. Shout out to my training staff at Columbus State, Tanica, Ocean, all of them. Like they really was the only reason this could happen. So I want to give them a big shout out right here. The trainers made everything possible for me. Not the doctors. The doctors gave suggestions and stuff. The trainers at like here at Columbus State, the staff here, they made it possible for me to play. So they deserve all the the respect, praise. I tell them all the time how much I appreciate them for what they did, all that good stuff. So they made this cast for me that surrounded my hand like this, and it was open like right here on my thumb. So it was like it was like a butterfly, like it covered my whole hand, but it was like open. So they made that cast, had a pad on top of the cast to protect my hand a little extra, and then wrapped it up in sports tape, whatever it's called. And that's what I played in. So I couldn't use my right hand for real, but I could catch, I could pass, I could kind of like slap the ball and dribble and stuff. But shooting, all that was out the question. Couldn't do none of that. But I told my coach what the deal was. He was like, hey, if you can go out there and play defense, rebound, talk to them guys on the back line and stuff, I'll take that. We good. I said, okay, coach. Then this is what we're going to do. So that's what we did. And so I worked on it. I went out there and tried to practice with it. I told my team, like, hey, do not, like, try to go easy on me because, like, if y'all go easy on me and I think I can play and I go in the game and I can't, like, it's going to be bad. I would rather figure out today that I can't play. Like, let me know today that I can't play. If I go in the game and figure that out, it's going to hurt y'all. And then I was like, don't worry about hurting me. Like, none of that. I'm already hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't going to get much worse than it is. You know what I'm saying? So I understand if y'all feel bad for me, but don't. Like, y'all need y'all to play regular. Play like y'all always play. Really, y'all might need to try to go at me because they might do that. They might be like, oh, that dude got one hand. We going at him all night. You know what I'm saying? So it was a difficult situation, but I did it, played through it. I ended up playing with 3 more games because that's all we had left in our season. So I played my senior night. We ended up winning that one. I had 4 points. I had a tip in. I had a big tip in crunch time, which like was big for me because I was like, oh, so I did a little show, you know what I'm saying? I made 1 free throw. I shot my free throw granny style. For those who don't know, that's when you shoot with 2 hands, underhand style. It's all over. It was all over social media for a little while, but it went in. So then we worked on that. Shout out to Carl. But so I ended up with. I scored again. I want to say I had a different point. Like, yeah, I made a left hook. That what it was. I made a left jump hook. My left hook really straight. Like my left hook is great. Like I be going to the left hook more than the right sometimes. So I'm like, okay, I'm really straight. Like I go to the left hook. I know I got that in the bag. So I made a left hook. I made a free throw, and I made a tip in. So I had 5 points and I had 9 rebounds. And screens don't really go in the stat sheet, but I set a lot of good screens because I was like, I can't score,
Mm.
so one of y'all finna get open. Yeah, I was hitting people, but never got the legal screen. I was hitting folks. I was like, nah, y'all got to get open. I need one of y'all to score. I was hitting folks with my shoulder. And I was like, nah. So we ended up winning on senior night. We went to the playoffs, played North Georgia, ironically. First round of the playoffs. The team that I ended up hurting myself against. We played them first round. I'm like, y'all, like, hey, it win or go home because we not an NCAA tournament team. So I'm like, it's win or go home. We either win or we going home. That's it. We playing them, boy. Man, when I tell you, I was so proud of the way we played. Not in the first 3-4 minutes. First 3-4 minutes, we were doing some BS. I ain't gonna lie to you, but we shook back and we like started playing. We started hooping, and the way we played, like the heart and the energy. Oh my goodness, I was so happy. I was so proud of us. I ain't do nothing for real, but play defense, rebound. I think I had 4 points. Like I ain't do a whole lot, but I had like 3 blocks. I had like 8 rebounds. I'm like, I'm trying to do everything other than scoring to help us win. And we ended up winning. Shout out to Demir. Demir had 27. Thank you for scoring the ball for me. Like I couldn't do it. I appreciate it. So we ended up winning that playoff game against the team that I had gotten hurt from the first time. So I'm like, yo, why? That made me feel better. I'm like, it almost feel worth it trying to play. But then we ended up running into that buzzsaw that is Augusta, who was the number one team in the league. And, I happen to have the 7 foot on their team. So it's kind of difficult to deal with. Who won? And I feel bad because I'm like, usually I put up a little bit better of a fight, but not this time. So that's just the way it went.
Mm.
But we ended up losing to them, and that was it. But that game against North Georgia, that sit in my heart because I was like, man, that make it almost worth it that I put everything on the line to play with these boys and to steal a game off a team that was second or third in the league that was like had an All American on their team, all that good stuff. They was ranked top 25 in the country in D2, all that stuff. So it was one of them games where I feel like before I left, I'm steal this one off y'all, and then y'all go ahead and have a great career, man, this season. Because they go into the NCAA tournament. They went to the NCAA tournament. We didn't. But it was like before I left, because this is my last season. I'm like, take that with y'all, and we'll see y'all around.
Mm.
So that is how the season ended for us. So it was pretty big though, man. I enjoyed it. I don't have no regrets about it. So it was fun, man.
So, what was like your first initial thoughts and feelings when it was like it's broke?
Ooh, it hurt me, but I ain't gonna lie. Heart sank. I was sad because I'm in my mind. I'm like, when they say hand broken, I'm like, I mean, your first thought is like, dang. So is that it? Like, am I done? Like, am I done for the
Mm.
year? Like, is this it? And this is my last season, so it's more than is it. Am I done for the season? It's like, am I done playing here? Like, have I played my last
Mm.
game in college? Like that was my first thought. I was like, man, is this it for me? Because like this whole time, my hand just been swollen and hurting. That's the whole time since I got hurt. I got hurt on Saturday. I didn't have this appointment till Tuesday. So Saturday night, all day Sunday, all day Monday, I was just walking around, hand swollen, have ice in it there a couple hours and stuff. I'm just hoping like they give me some kind of news. Does it sweat? I'm like, man, you know how it is when you get hurt. You start trying to like talk yourself out of it. Like, all right, the swelling going down. Like, it might be
Yep.
straight. And like, I'm trying to talk myself up. Man, when they said it was broken, I was like, man, like, is this it, bro? Is this it for me? But Lord willing, they figured out a way for me to play, man. So I thank God that that it worked out in that way. I wish I could have finished healthy, but that just wasn't in the car. So like the trainers, the doctors, they did everything they could to figure something out. So I'm just glad I was in a position in a place with people who could help me. So okay, I know if I'd have been in certain place, like if I was been at Bevel State, like love Bevel, my JUCO days, love them, but like wouldn't want to go nowhere else. But if I was at Bevel State, it was gonna be over. And I broke my
Yeah.
hand. I was like, man, y'all boys, good luck the rest of the way, man. I'm gonna be on the bench cheering y'all. But yeah, man, it was very sad. I was hurt, boy.
Hey, 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 relax. It's okay. Listen, I understand that your goal is so big that it just feels daunting. It just feels overwhelming. Like you trying to get to the NBA, you trying to get to WNBA, you trying to play D1 college ball. I understand sometimes that feels like a lot. But listen, you're not gonna make that jump from now tomorrow to be to the league or be in D1. So let's just slow down and focus on the whole journey. Enjoy where you're at right now, but don't get too comfortable. You have to still keep working. You still have to make some type of progress and still keep growing. All you gotta do is think about this. If the minimum I can do today is get 1% better, you winning. Because there are some people gonna take a step backwards. There are some people that's gonna stop and just be equal. But technically you're not gonna be equal because I'm getting better than you, so it means you fell backwards now. And so you gotta get 1% better. Because it's a slow grind from where you're at now to where you want to get to. You don't have to worry about taking over the world in one day. Just take over step by step, one piece at a time, 1% better. It's a whole journey. Okay, you got this goal that's just hanging over you, weighing you down. But this goal, the end destination, it's not gonna change. So you have to appreciate the journey and taking steps to get there. You're a marathon runner, but the whole marathon is about focusing on that next step. So I need you to go ahead and look at whichever one you want. You can get this one of the other ones. But I need you to get this reminder for you. Get you a hoodie, a t-shirt, whichever one, as a reminder that progress is my only goal. And progress don't mean I'm perfect. Progress don't mean I'm there. Progress means I'm getting better. Because better and better adds up to being the best you that you can be. But the best is not existing because you're always going to get better. So get you this peaceful reminder right here to say, hey, all I gotta do is be a little bit better, 1% better, and I'll get to that goal at some point. So remember, it's about the entire journey and not just the end goal, because progress is the only goal.
Man, that's funny, man. Cause I know for me, I would have had like a level of naivety to it. I would have been a little naive. I would have been like, "It's broke." Define broke. Like, how broke we talking? Like, is it broke, or is it broke enough to where I can manage the pain and still hoop? Like, that's how my brain would have been working. I wouldn't have been like, "Okay, it's broke." Dang, that's it. Because initially, I would have been like, "Okay, it's broken." But like, how broke we talking? Like, I can hoop
Yeah.
still, right? That's my that's what probably my first question. Like, can I still hoop? Like, they probably looked at
Can
me
I still?
stupid. Like, boy, do you not know what broke mean? Like,
And then it's like I can't even say that because the X-ray is right in front of me. Like we in the room, they got it on a big like little. I mean, it's a computer, but it's like the size of a small TV, and they turn. You
mhm,
know, they got it turned towards us so we can see it. So we looking at it like, oh yeah, it's broken because it's like you can see like a slit in the like I like maybe we might could throw the picture of it up there. Hopefully, that'd be all right. But whatever, like you can see the X-ray of my hand, and you can see like the cut in the hand, like I mean in the bone. So you can obviously see it's separated right there. It's like, oh,
mhm.
so these bones not connected no more, huh? Oh, all right. And it was in two places, so it was like, dang, bro, like that's tough. And then so it wouldn't even know, like trying to trick yourself out of it. It's like, so how broke is it? Like, nah, it's right there, man. Like you can see it. So, when I did the X-rays, I'm like, Lord, please let it be some like, oh yeah, okay, so you didn't break it, so we're gonna do some. That was my mindset. I'm like, okay, hopefully they come in and be
Mhm.
like, you didn't break it. We need to do some MRIs to see what happened to your hand, like if you pull some ligaments or whatever. That was like my good news. I'm like, they say something like that, we straight. Like, as long as it
Yeah.
ain't broke. They came in there, I was like, no, you broke it, man. I was like, okay. So yeah, that's how that went, man. It was real tough. I was so sad. I was looking at them like they could see the sadness on me. It was like,
Mhm.
and then the doctor. It was funny because when I went to see the specialist, he was like, he told me I was going to have surgery to like repair it, and he was like, if we get you surgery today, or not today, he was like, we set you up for surgery soon. You probably can play. Um, I forgot what he said. He said we might could push you to try to play in 2 to 3 months. Like we might could put not months, but like he was like 2 to 3 weeks, but like you still won't be good. And I was like, no, we don't have that long. Like we got 3 games left, sir. That's next week and the week after.
Mhm.
Like, so no, like we can't do that. And he was like, oh, so your season's almost over. He was like, okay. And it was funny. I could see him trying to figure something out. He was like, what year are you in? I was like, it's my last year. It's like, oh, you're senior? I said, yes, sir. I said, okay. When's your next game? I said, my next game is Saturday. It's like, okay, so Saturday, how many games you got left? I said, Saturday is our last regular season game. And then we start the playoffs the next week. And he was like, so they're gonna need you, huh? And then Tanika, God bless Tanika, because she was like, yeah, Dr. McDonald, he's not gonna make it. The team's not gonna make it very far if he doesn't play these last couple games. Like, they're not gonna win a whole lot of games without him. And I was like, as much as it pains me to say that, you know, like that's true. I'm like, they go in there without me, it's probably over with that day. Like, and he was like, all right, so I want you to he said these are your options and this and that. That's when we start getting to the goals of what we could do. But then I could tell he was really like in his mind, he was like, you probably need to sit down. Then he was like, what year are you in? And I was like, I'm senior. He was like, this kid's a senior. I can see it on his face. He was like, he's a senior. Well, let's figure something out. Well, it was tough, boy. But man, like I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I don't even know what kind of word to use. I guess like I don't know. Respect, I guess, is what I use. The respect. You heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, what? Just making sure somebody outside was going crazy. But he wanted to respect that game for playing with a broken hand. Once word got out, because I didn't play that Wednesday, and everybody asked me, man, what's wrong? What happened? What's wrong with you? Because I'm one of the key players, so they're like, dang, why you ain't playing? I'm like, man, I hurt my hand. They're like, what happened? I was like, I was telling people at the time, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Like, I got an appointment tomorrow. I knew it was broken, but I didn't want to tell people that. Mm-hmm. Thursday, so the Thursday, I got to have my next appointment. But like, word that got around that my hand was broken, and then I walk in. My fault. I got my days mixed up. That Tuesday I had my appointment. That Wednesday we had the game. When they folks was asking, I was like, yeah, I fractured my hand. Just like, damn, are you done for the season? I said, we're gonna figure something out tomorrow. See if I can play. They was like, all right, cool. I had to tell that to so many people because everybody kept asking me. Then that Saturday, the next game was Saturday. I'd had my appointment. We'd figured it out. We'd made the clamps. I didn't practice. I'm like, all right, we're going to play Saturday. A lot went into this in them 3 days. So I'm like, okay, Saturday is the day. And then Saturday is also senior night. So it was a lot going on anyway. So a bunch of people was there. When I tell you, I walked in that door to go to go start the whole routine because we watch film and then, you go watch the girls play and then, you do your own thing to get ready. From walking into that door, when I first got there, so many people stopped me. Hey, man, you going to be able to play today? Hey, man, how's the hand, man? Everything good? Hey, man, how'd your appointment go? What'd they say? Like, folks were worried. I was like, it made me feel good, but at the same time, I was tired of talking about it because I'm really trying not to think about my hand is broken and I'm about to try to play a basketball game. Mm-hmm. But everybody, when their mama was stopping me, hey, man, what'd they say, man? How'd the appointment go? What'd they say about your hand? Are you going to be able to play, man? I told everybody, I was like, yeah, man, we playing today. Today's the day. They're like, you gonna try to play? I was like, yeah, they made some equipment for me. We're gonna run it today. We're gonna play. All right, man, that's good, man. That's great to hear. I'm happy, man. Had to tell so many people. So it was so bad. And then you'll like this. My mental was so bad about it. I'm finna play. I didn't wear like my cast or none of that they gave me because they gave me some stuff to wear when I wasn't playing to keep my hand like in place. And like walking into the gym, I did not wear it because in my mind, I'm like, I don't want the other team to see me wearing something outside of the game. Because I feel like you see me with it in the game, that's one thing. But if I'm wearing something outside of the game in regular life, I am hurt. Like clearly, I'm like seriously hurt. So I was like, I'm walking around without it, like everything cool, because I just don't want them to see that. So that was my mental going into the game. I was like, man, nothing wrong with me. Like I'm finna go out here and do what I do, help the team win. And so that's what I did, man. We messed around and won. That won my senior night. Shout out to L. L hit a game-winning layup. with about like a 2 seconds left, win the game for us. I told her, I said, thank you, boy. Save my senior night. I told him I gave him a hug. I said, boy, thank you, boy. Because when I tell you, you saved my senior, I was gonna be hurt if we lost. Like I was gonna be so hurt if we lost. Cause it was like, dang, man, like I couldn't be myself on my senior night, stuff like that. I know we would have won. He messed around, made that game when the layup was. I ran out there, scooped him. I said, well, I love you, boy. Ooh. But yeah, man, that's how it went though. I gave it everything I had. But people respected me so much for playing. Like, and I ain't thinking about it too much because I'm trying not to think about it. But people like coming up to me, giving me like they respect. They like, man, what you did was brave, this and that, all that good stuff. And I'm like, man, was it really was it really that serious? Like, because in my mind, I'm like, I'm just trying to help the team win. Like, I didn't want them to have to go play without me. That was my thought process. I was like, I just don't want them to have to play without me. And then the folks was like, man, bro, what you did, man, that was brave. That took guts. So many people was coming up to me saying that, mostly because I shot it granny style. Because when I shot my free throw granny style, that's when people was like, oh, he really can't shoot. Like, he just out here. Like, he can't even shoot a free throw. I think that was what set people off. They was like, man, he really, like, hurt. And I was like, yeah, man, like, I can't I can't shoot, bro. I'm just out here playing defense, rebounding. Like, I'm doing the best I can. So that's when people really knew. They was like, oh, you down bad right now, but we appreciate it because you still came out here and played. So people remember that, and they told me about it. Even other teams told me because like we went to the playoffs. Folks asked me about my hand. They like, man, what happened to your hand? I seen it on film, this and that. I'm like, yeah, man, fractured it. They're like, dang, bro, you still playing? I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm still playing. They gave me some stuff to play in, so I'm playing. They're like, dang, bro, it don't hurt. I'm like, yeah, it hurt. You think it don't hurt? It's broke. My hand is broken, bro. You think it doesn't hurt? It hurt right now. Talking. They're like, dang, bro, like that's tough. I'm like, yeah, man, it is what it is, Folks was like looking at me different. Like they was like, I don't know, people worried or like thought I was crazy, or maybe it was like a respect thing, but people was really like, boy, do you like that don't hurt? I'm like, yeah, it hurt. Like, why are you still playing there? I was like, because I don't want them to play without me. I don't want to leave them hanging. These are the only games we got left. This is my last couple games as a college player. This is my career. This is it. I got to give it everything I got. Like, I can't just not play. It would hurt me more not playing than the physical toll it would take for me to play and do what I can. It will hurt me like that pain on the inside will hurt worse not playing than the physical pain of playing through it. And so people respected that, man. So I got a little something out of that, I guess. I mean, I would love to be like, yeah, man, we went all the way to the championship and we won. And, they gave me MVP just because I was playing with a broken hand. Like, I would love to tell that story. That would be great. That would be amazing. But that's just not how it went, man. We didn't have enough, especially with me not being 100%. So, I'm proud of what we did accomplish. And I feel like I gave it everything I had. So I sleep good at night knowing that. That's all that matters to me. So. Did the best I could.
Man, I think a couple things I kind of got from that was like one, I am really glad. I think we need to have more of this, but I'm really glad that we have like doctors and PTs and stuff that understand sports. Like you got some people who just understand the body, which is great. It's cool. We kind of had this discussion before. That was funny. Ooh, that was funny. But we need to have more people that truly understand sports and athletes. And that's like we basically there's human bodies and there's athletes' human bodies. These are two different things that you're looking at. So you're looking at an athlete's human body, especially when it's been playing for, years like you have. It's a different body. It's not the average, 20-year-olds or, college age body that you're looking at. And so when you go into a doctor like that going to do surgery on your hand, looking at your hand, whatever, they need to understand that's an athlete's body. So even breaking down like, okay, we need to have surgery, we can do X, Y, and Z. Well, we don't have time for 2-3 weeks. I got a week, maybe a week and a half. He's like, oh, so okay, I'm taking a situation. Oh, you're a senior. Ooh, oh, all right, cool. you didn't have to say too much after that. It was like, okay, you're a senior. Oh, this last week. Okay, ooh, okay, I got you. Ooh, because if that was a regular doctor, that probably would have went a whole different direction. Here's what it'd be like. He was like, nah, I shut it down, X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. And then, I mean, things probably could went left from that. So I'm like, I'm glad you had someone who understands the game enough, who understands the athlete's mindset and that, like the whole role that goes into that. Besides just like, well, you broke your hand, so okay, that's it. You feel me? So
You done.
yeah, I'm glad that was the case. Because I was literally finna ask that, like, then he broke it and he said he understood he was seeing. I was like, okay, good. He got no sports common sense to him, man. But
Yeah, he felt
it
me.
kind of
I can
leads
see
me.
it. My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off, but like like I told you, you can see it on his face. He was like, "Oh, you a senior?"
Yeah,
So you can see it. He was like, "Oh, okay. Let's try to figure something out for this young man." I
yeah,
feel him right now, so I
yeah. Because
appreciate him.
his training and stuff said shut it down, but his his EQ, his emotional intelligence kicked in. I won't say common sense, but his sports sense kicked in. It's like that shut it down. Ain't finna work right here, boss. Let's figure something else out. So he started trying to work around a gray area and be like, okay, what if we did this? Okay, well, okay, we can try that, but we definitely can't do that, but we can do this. And you finally came to agreement where doctor can shake his hand and say, okay, I work operate on him. We came to conclusion with this. Player says, okay, all right, cool, we can do this. All right, cool. Most doctor would have been like, nope, that's what I said. So I'm glad you had a situation where somebody was like, we can work this out, man, because the athlete psychology is a little bit different. Kind of leads to my next point was like you saying you played through it. That's not like a anomaly to me. Just to be like, oh, he played through the pain. Partially because I'm a Kobe guy, so it's kind of like ingrained in my brain to be like, if you can play, you can play. Like, I don't hear nothing else. Like, I understand, situation. I'm not gonna like judge you for not being able to play through pain. I get it because everybody's pain tolerance is different. Your objectives and goals and motivations a little bit different. I get it. But like I said earlier, how broke is it? Is it broke, or is it like broken up to I can play? Those two different things in my brain. So if my hands like instead of my hand being right here, like if my hand right here is like this, now I'm like, okay, let's
Your hand and folded. Oh, that's terrible. I can't lie. That's crazy.
that would have been like, okay, I say
We
less.
need to
Let's
shut
just
it
figure
down.
something else out. I'm done. Like if I can't move my
Man.
hand or nothing, like then I'm like, maybe I can't wiggle around this one, bro. Like, okay, maybe I can't. Because besides that, I'm okay, playing A, B, C, D. I want to play. So let's figure out, let's go through how many letters in alphabet till I can figure out how to play. So it's like the athlete psychology is a little bit different from the average person because I'm like, oh, he playing? All right, cool. See what you can do. I'm like a coach, bro. What can you do? Oh, you can still play defense rebound. Uh, Put him in. That's it.
Nelson. Hey
Like
man,
go
shout
get
out
one
to
or
Coach.
15.
Facts, no. And shout out to Coach, man. Love Coach to death. I told Coach we had like a little heart to heart moment. I pulled him to the side. We had just watched film before the game we was playing on senior night. I pulled him to the side. I said, Coach, like I know you probably like want me to be able to play and stuff, and I want to play, but I want you to like watch me and really be serious with me. Like, if you think I'm going to hurt the team by playing, like tell me that, and I won't play. Like, I don't want you to like have pity on me or feel sorry for me and just let me play just cause it's me. Like, I know like Coach, I know you love me, and I know it's my last year and stuff, but like I'm trying to win for anything. Like, I'm not trying to hurt the team. If it would be better for me not to play than it would be for me to be out there, that's okay, and I'll do that. He said, Nelson, I appreciate you saying that, but to be honest with you, this on you because you done gave everything you got to this program, and you did everything you told us to. I mean, you did everything we told you to do. You done developed yourself to be the player that we needed you to be, and this is your senior year. So whether you want to play and you think you could play 30 minutes, or you want to come in, do the tip off, and we call timeout and sub you out the game so you can say you started on your senior night, like Giannis did in the All-Star game. He said, like, whatever you want to do, we can do that. But if you feel like you can play, I'm gonna play you. If you feel like you can't, and that's okay too. And I said, okay, cool. I appreciate you telling me that. And so we had like a little moment. I was like, man, if you don't think I'm gonna be good, don't play me. He said, man, if you think you're gonna be good, you gonna play. And I was like, okay.
Mm.
So that's when I went to practice and stuff. So I thank God for Coach, man. I appreciate him. I love him. he felt me as a player. Like he get to be on me because I'm just being real. If he would have been like, Nelson, I don't think it's smart for you to play. You can't do this. You can't do that. I'd have been like, Coach, I understand. Like I don't want to hurt the team,
Mhm.
but he let me have my decision making. Let me decide as a grown man how I was gonna handle my last couple games as a Cougar. And so I really appreciate him for that. Like that's not lost on me. And I'll never forget it. So I still started me all three of them games. I played. Now, I mean, I didn't play 32, 33 minutes like I might would have regularly or 35, but I played 20 plus. Like I want to say one game I played 25. Seeing I think I played like 20 on the dot. And then the first game of the playoffs, I want to say I played like 25, 27. So like I was still playing good minutes because I mean I guess I was helping, but um I knew I wasn't gonna play no 35. I knew that was over with. I can't score, so it's like man, you can't have me out there all game. But I can
Mhm.
play defensive rebound, so that's something you need. So he let me play a good amount of time, and I'm just happy that it attributed to winning. Like we won them two games, I'm good with that. Like I feel like I did what I could do.
Shout out to Coach, man, because I don't know how many coaches would have handled it. Because I don't know how I would have handled it. Because on one hand, like you on one hand, I don't say being selfish, but like thinking in one way, it's like you my number one guy. Okay, I want to win. Can I get something out of you? All right, let me get
Mhm.
something out of you. Not to use you, but you know what I mean, in a good way to use, like utilize you for the team so we can win, whatever.
Right.
So okay, boom. On the other hand, it's last year, bro. Like you potentially pro this season. If not this season, it's gonna be like you about to be a pro. So like I don't want to jeopardize that. Like you got a bigger picture to look at too. Like we ain't looking too good for the playoffs either. So it's like I don't know if on the risk that like I'm thinking about that too. Then I think about your other end as a human being. Like how does Nelson, like the man, feel about this? Like how does he physically feel about it? How does he mentally feel about that? So it's like some coaches just go one lane. They strictly go one lane of like, okay, I'm thinking about the man, human being. Like, okay, boom, shut it down. Think about him as a future pro, as a player, shut him down. We ain't finna risk that. Now I'm thinking about my season, think about the teammates. We done came this far, whatever I'm playing. So like, he put it in your hands because I guarantee if we had him right here and we had him on a lot to take the test, he's probably gonna be one of the first two. Like you a pro, so hey, go do your thing, bro. Like we I don't know how the season gonna look for us, so like I don't even know if I'm gonna risk you. Like it could get worse. All right. He leaned towards number one. It was like, you want to play? All right, cool. Let's do what we can do. So that's just the testament to how for people don't know if people don't understand what a players coach is. That is a clear example for the players coach is
Hmm.
when the coach is not making it about him, his career, not necessarily about the team either, but what the player needs and what the player kind of wants and what they lean to. That's kind of a glimpse of what a players coach is. So like I won't say that's rare, but that's special to have a coach that's like, what you want to do, bro? You want to play? Want to play 5 seconds? Want to play? All right, cool. You want to sit out? Cool. Like, it's up to you, bro. So shout out to Coach Mo for that one, man. Like, we don't
For
heard too
real.
many great stories about him, man. It's just another one to add on to the cake.
For real, man. I love Coach, man. Appreciate him for letting me go out in my own way, on my terms. He said, man, he told me the other day, he said, he was like, my assistant coaches don't realize um, like winning and losing is important, obviously. That's like the main thing you need to do is win. But he was like, they don't understand the significance of building a program yet because like I want to say we were 17 and 12 overall, so not the best record. Like we was in sixth place, so not the best record. Wasn't an NCAA tournament team, all that good stuff. So really, the main goals you want to achieve, we really didn't hit that. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I was talking to him. He's like, they don't really understand the significance of building a program yet because they don't realize. Like I be in all the meetings with the presidents and all that with the other school, the higher ups in this school. They not worried about 17 and 12. They don't ask me about that. They telling me about you. They be like, man, the Nelson got a brother, man. We sure gonna miss Nelson, this and that. The Nelson got any more eligibility? Can you see? Like they appreciate it. They appreciate you as a person and what you did for the program. and they have fun watching you play. So yeah, we didn't win as many games as we should. You know, of course we want to win games, but you did something bigger for the program. Like you brought more respect, more notoriety, and like that turns into other things like donations and like anything, fans for later on down the line, recruits, because they saw what you did and they want to play here. What you did helped build the program. So that's almost more important than wins and losses, or just as important. Because
Mhm.
they ain't asking. He was like, because he said, like I said, they ain't asking me about 17 and 12. They asked me
Mhm.
about you and like what we did this year. So he's like, next year we trying to win more games. Of course, like we gonna win more games. Trust me, we gonna shake back and get this thing back right. But I ain't too concerned about it right now. Like how this year went, I ain't too mad about it. It's just you have those years, but he was like, what you did was bigger than that. And I was like, man, coach, I appreciate you telling me, because like I feel bad some days about the game. I'm like, man, I feel like we should have won more. Like, of course, everybody feel like that, but
Mhm.
he's like, man, you did more for the program than you really know. So I was like, man, coach, I
Mhm.
did the best I could. That's all I was telling people. I was like, man, I was just doing the best I could. That was
Yeah.
my motto for like the last month of February and some of March. I was like, man, I'm just doing the best that I could. Like, that's all I can do.
Yeah, I can definitely be a testament to like what Coach was talking. Not of course on a college sense, but like even like with business, bro. Like people
Mm.
always think that I don't shoot to talk about skills training, but like just the skills training part of business. If you're good at training kids and you're good at business, and it's like that's literally half of it, probably a third of it, of what you got to be concerned about. Like being a good coach and having a winning program is just a small piece of it because uh, I can name names like John Calipari, right? He's winning to a certain extent, but not Kentucky level winning of what their standard
What
is.
they used to.
Yeah. So like winning isn't everything because there's a level of winning. But even with that, if you got beef with the AD or the president or whoever a higher up is, that's a whole nother issue. There's a politics to it. So it's like, yeah, you look at winning a program. Of course, the initial thought of a coach, okay, let me recruit well. Let me make sure we're training the right way. We're lifting weights. The players are good. And it's like, okay, this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. We winning. We won the championship. We you know, uh, went to the NCAA tournament. We won conference. All the little stuff like that. That's cool. That's a piece of it. But if the players ain't rocking with you and uh, a player gets hurt and you're not, I don't say a players coach, but you ain't really caring too much for the players. I don't know how long. It's not a program, bro. That's a good year or two. Like,
Mhm.
because when it's time to recruit, they ain't talking to you the whole time. They're talking to the players. Like, yeah, we winning, bro, but coach a butt. Like, you a little jerk, man. I don't like fooling with him, man. Like, for real, what's going on, man? This, that, and third. When you practice, we do this, and it's like, oh, I'm good. I can go lose over there, or not lose, but maybe not win as many games, but at least be happy and like be content over here. So that actually is probably I'll say that's more important than winning and losing because over time you build a good culture, and I hate to say brand because it's business terms, but like you have a good branding of like a good culture, a good, from head coach up relationship and a head coach down relationship with my assistant coaches and the players rocking with me. It's gonna be hard to keep losing games, bro. Because at some point you're gonna have a good player come over there. At some point you're gonna build the right team and have the right pieces come around to where you gonna start winning games. You might not be championship caliber yet. You have to still tweak a few pieces, but it's gonna be hard to not turn the ship around at some point, man. So it's definitely a lot more besides wins and losses, and than just it's a lot more to building a program just the wins and losses, like your coach was saying, man. But um, that made me want to play for Coach more, bro. That's just like I respect that, man, because
Man, like
everybody
when
like
I
that.
tell you, everybody is not like that. I get some guys have their differences with coach, whatever. Some guys have their differences with every coach they play with. But
Mhm.
man, like I feel like I've been on every point in the spectrum. I went from being just a guy on the team, like not just a guy. I came on the bench, helped. My first year, rotation player. Then the next year I was a key role player. It's like, okay, I'm a starting five. Like I'm a key player for the team. Then this year I'm like the number one option. So I've been in every role you can really talk about from my position. And so, like, Coach Moore has always treated me fairly and has never lied to me, has treated me well and gave me opportunity. So I tell guys like, man, like, however you feel about Coach Moore, because of course I didn't play with some guys that didn't really like Coach Moore. I didn't feel like that he was the coach for them. That's cool. And I never like take that personal. I don't be like, man, you tripping, man. Coach ain't do that, man. This and that. Like, whatever. Like, how you feel about him, that's you. But
Mhm.
I ain't never said nothing so the fact of like Coach did me wrong, none of that. I tell him all the time, like, man, I know how Coach is, stuff that he do that gets on my nerves that I don't like. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to play nowhere else. Like, I don't want to play for nobody else that I know of. If it ain't what's the name at Alabama? like like I can't think of nobody else I want to play for, man. Like he was the coach for me. This was the place I was supposed to play for, you know. And I've been happy with that because, like, who knows if I was in a different place in a different situation, this same thing happened. Would have they might just been like, man, you done, man. I'm not gonna play you no broken hand. Like, not even gave me the option. Like, no, bro, I'm not gonna play you no broken hand. Sit down. We're gonna try to, we're gonna roll on without you. Support your team. And I
Mhm.
would have been okay with that if he said that, but it would have hurt me a little bit, obviously, because I'm like, dang, bro, this is it. Like, I don't get another opportunity to play. But he let that be on me. So you
Mhm.
just never know what other situations you might be in. So I man, he was the coach for me, man. I was the player for him, evidently. So I appreciate him for everything, man. Love coach.
So it's not that you're mentally weak. It's just that you don't really understand where your mental toughness is. You don't understand where exactly you're mentally strong at. It's even crazy. You probably don't even really understand what mental toughness actually is. And I don't blame you because usually we just have coaches yelling at us and fussing at us saying, hey, 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 be mentally tough. You're being weak right now. You're being soft right now. But it's not the full scope and it doesn't give you any true understanding of what mental toughness is and how you can get better at it. And so I'm here to help you guys out. Because just imagine I gave you a pill right here in my hand. Just imagine. And within that pill, it gave you just a epiphany where you just brain just blew up and you're just like, oh my goodness, you got so much better understanding. Now your game just grows by 10x and you just a whole different person now. Bro, I got the pill for you right here. Never fear, B's Mental Toughness Playbook ebook is here. You feel me? So in this whole little playbook I got for you, just small little ebook, it breaks down the mental game of understanding what mental toughness is and different areas of what your mental toughness is and how you can actually grow it and get better and enhance it. So, look in the link, look in the description, and to go ahead and purchase it and do yourself a favor by just understanding what mental toughness actually is and also understanding how you can actually grow it and what you need to get better at it. So, just the mental toughness playbook, small little ebook. I'm just trying to tell you, hey, can't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, yeah, man. But what you just said made me realize, well, not realize, but remember it, like your development throughout the whole program. Like you went from, like you said, just a rotation guy, another guy that's, part of the team, to a starter, a key player, to the guy. And that's a piece of why, well, probably a big reason why people say college basketball is better than pros. That's a piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a piece of what we miss from college basketball. Like growing up, man, I used to love watching UNC, seeing Tyler Hansbrough and Danny Green and Ty Lawson and that whole crew. I grew up watching the back-to-back Florida Gators with Joe Kim, Al Horford, Torian Green, Lee Humphreys, Corey Brewer. Like, used to grow up watching them Duke boys. I couldn't stand Duke because that's a whole other conversation, like LeBron was talking about, but couldn't stand Duke. Couldn't stand JJ Redick. He was one of them guys I couldn't stand. Didn't like none of them. But you developed the storyline because the guys stayed. Tyler Hansbrough
Mm-hmm.
went 4 years. So like you had to couldn't stand Tyler Hansbrough for those 4 years. Or you loved Tyler Hansbrough for those 4 years. I couldn't stand. I didn't know who the heck Nelson Haskin was his first year. Who this guy? Nelson. All right. Oh, he pretty decent. All right, cool. Next year. Oh, Nelson grew from last year, man. He got pretty big. Oh, he did this, did that. All right, boom. Next year, oh, Nelson, the guy, man. He didn't remember when he first came here, this, that, and the third. But then look at him now. That right there is what we miss about college basketball. We see
Yeah,
guys one
definitely.
year and he gone. He's a couple months and he gone. The guys who are staying, well,
I'm gonna have to really be a fan of that team to really know who they are. I'm gonna have to know who that person is, like to really see the growth and development like that. So like that's a real big piece of what I kind of wish we kind of would get back to. Understand it, but I wish we could have a piece of like seeing the guys develop and grow in the evolution of a player from freshman year to senior, or freshman to junior, or they transfer sophomore year, whatever situation is, but seeing them grow and develop from year to year and how the program or organization changes and like seeing pictures of when they were freshmen to when they were seniors, like little stuff like that, man. We don't get as much anymore. So you see the tournament time, it's like uh flashback when Zion first came here. When Zion first came here October, November, bro. Like this ain't like 2 years ago. Like this is 3 months ago. Like
Facts. Like he been here for a little while.
but yeah, man.
Like,
I wish we could get back to that, man. But I think that's a piece of what missing in college basketball overall, man. Just to see a player's career develop and grow and evolution of it, man. But I respect that.
yeah, man. A lot of like, and you know that doing that is part of the reason people like got so much kind of like love and respect from you around here because they've seen it same way you've seen. They be like, man, your growth and development, how you done came so far, man. Like people remember that. It's because it's people here that's been fans for a long time. Have seen
Mm-hmm.
me all 3 years. Like I remember when I got here. Like true story. When I got here, I started hooping with the locals, right? That I knew, like some of the guys that used to play for CSU, whatever. I got up with them, start going to local runs. Guys in the local run was like, oh, he's gonna be terrible at CSU because they thought I was just gonna be like skinny and like just running and jumping. I guess I don't know. I wasn't that good, so they was like, oh man, he ain't gonna play. Like these are guys telling me this now. Like they ain't said that to my face, obviously. That just would have been kind of disrespectful. But like they told us like, oh yeah, they used to think you suck. Like they was like they think you was gonna play. And I was like, dang, bro, that what folks were saying. They was like, yeah, bro, they ain't think you were good, bro. And then like you end up doing everything you're doing, you shocked a lot of people. And I be telling folks, man, everybody couldn't see the vision. So
Mm-hmm.
that's been one of my little mottos I done picked up. Like, hey man, everybody couldn't see the vision. Like when people come up to me like, man, I never thought you'd be as good as you are. I don't be offended. I'm like, man, hey, everybody couldn't see it. Everybody could not see the vision. Some people did. Some people did. Some people was like, man, like if he do this, if he do that, he gonna be really good, whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember the Miles game. You was there hooping.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm hooping at the Miles game. Had like 13 at the half or 12 at the half, something like that. And so one of the referees there had ref me in JUCO because you know we in Birmingham. So that's not far from Jasper. So he ref me in JUCO. He was like, "Hey man, hey 20 man, what's up man? How you doing?" I said, "Hey, how you doing man? You remember me?" He said, "Yeah, I remember you man. I refed you in JUCO man." I was like, "Yeah, I saw you. I recognized you when I saw you, but I didn't know if you knew me." He was like, man, you got a lot better, man. I can see you've been working. I said, you think so? He said, oh yeah, man. You always been a great defender and you know athletic and stuff, but man, like I can see you to put a lot of work on your skill and touch and stuff, man. Like you playing well, man. Keep it up. I said, thanks, sir. I work hard on it. Appreciate it. So like that was kind of like the first little glimpse I had. I was like, oh, people realize like I done got better. This dude saw me 2 years ago. This ain't even on some like no, actually more than that because it's like this is my third year. So he saw me 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. I don't know if he saw me as a freshman or sophomore, maybe both of them. But it's probably been 3 years since he saw me play. Now he's seeing me again. It's like, man, this dude then came a long way in them 3 years. So it's just, man, it's good to know that the work was recognized. But like I said, everybody could not see the vision. So if you like for those listening, if you ain't think I was gonna be good, that's fine. You can tell me that. Like you can say, man, I did not think you was gonna be this good. Like that's cool. I ain't gonna take no offense to that. But like I said, everybody just could not see it. Like folks probably didn't see the vision for this podcast, but one day it's gonna be bigger than a lot of people thought. You know, that could be said for a lot of things. Like just everybody cannot see it. So with
I'll get
that being
excited
said,
on that, bro.
oh yeah, we go on that for a while, but that's all right. But with
Oh
all that
man.
being said, man, my career over with. At the end of the year, I did receive some awards. I thank God for. I ended up getting my second defensive player of the year, so back to back. So back to back defensive player of the years. You feel me? 2 times. Wish I could do it with this hand, but you know, whatever. Back to back. You know, I am only the second player to ever do that in the Peach Belt history. So That was pretty important to me. I felt good about that. And I was second team all conference. I don't know if y'all noticed, but let me lean the right way. Yeah, I got some extra awards back there now. You see my jersey with my from senior night. You see my two DPOYs now. It used to be one, two of them there. And that plaque leaning on the jersey, that's my second team all conference. The guys that was first team all conference in my position also happened to be all American. So I'll take second team. I'm okay with that. One on was the player of the year. The other one was the player of the year last year. And so both one was all Americans. And I was like, hey man, second team ain't so bad.
Yeah,
So
when you put it like that, it's like
it's like being second team in the NBA at the same time as like Dwight Howard and like Andrew Bynum was going off. It's like, well, you know, can't
it's
be
like
too much.
shoot, it's like Shaq MVP year, and then Tim Duncan Finals MVP, something like that. To where it's just like,
Yeah. It's like, well, I probably wasn't beating them out.
you know what I mean? Like it's kind of tough to win that one out. So
Alonzo Mourning, that's me. I'll take it. All the Alonzo Mourning of the league.
oh, that's funny.
No, but yeah, man, it was cool though, man. I take that. So my last goal here at CSU. I mean, of course, I got other stuff going on right now, but my last ultimate goal in basketball. I didn't get the championship that I wanted, obviously, but that's okay. I got my two DPOYs, got my all conference. The last goal I want is to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So that's like the last thing I can do. And I wanted that since I heard about it. I'm like, man, I want to be in the Hall of Fame. Like that was one of my goals. And so you can only get inducted after 5 years after finishing. So 5 years from now, we'll see. Coach said I should be pretty good to get in. He said it's on him to nominate me. Like he got to nominate me 5 years from now, and then there's a committee that votes on it, whatever. So 5 years from now, we'll see if they let me slide. Hopefully, this podcast still going on 5 years from now. Should be. I still
Most
plan.
definitely.
Yeah, I plan on sticking around. So, but that's another one of my big goals, and that's the last one to check off the list, really. So I hope it works out. Like Coach said, you gave everything to the program. So if that's true, hopefully I get in, and I'll be happy, man. That'll be my last little milestone here at CSU. So that's what I'm looking forward to now.
Yeah, man. So when you get inducted, they're gonna have to work around your pro schedule and make sure they don't interrupt you playing overseas and everything. Make sure you in the country to be able to receive the awards and the jersey retirement, man. So that's next for you too, jersey. I'm just doing that. I just looked at in that jersey retirement. You feel me? Ain't nobody's gonna touch 20. So
They say they don't do jersey retirements around here, man. That's all. I ain't mad at that though, because if you retire jersey, you got to buy a whole nother jersey like somebody else know. Because it ain't like the NBA where
yeah.
like you can wear like 97 if you wanted to. Like you only get a certain numbers in college. So if they retire everybody's jersey, we'd be running out of numbers. So, or at least that's how I was explaining to me, because I was also hoping to have my jersey retired. But that's neither here nor there.
What if
But
they could
yeah,
do that for like conferences though? Like just like within the conferences or just like within the schools. I don't know.
like nobody in the conference with my number, or like only in conference games, or
No,
like what
like
do you mean?
only nobody in the conference. So like if I was in the SEC, like nobody in the SEC could have my number. I don't
That'd be
know. That's
crazy.
just an idea. That's just
You
an
had to be
idea.
the best player in the SEC, like player of the year, like All American, all type of
That
stuff.
that could be a thing, So like, of course, you have schools. So like per school, jersey retirements. It's like the Lakers. Like nobody in the Lakers organization can wear 24. Nobody can wear 8.
Right.
They wanted to make a thing where nobody could wear 23 because of Jordan. It's not going to happen. But I actually hope it don't happen because that's a lot of numbers you got to retire Jordan number. Let's just put that out there.
Facts.
Come on now, let's be fair.
You would,
So
yeah.
you're gonna have to retire 32 because of Magic, 33 because of Bird, uh,
I say
Kareem,
24 because of
Will,
Kobe.
24 because of Kobe. LeBron messed up, so I don't know what number you're gonna pick. Maybe 6. So like that's too much to pick. Like 6 because Bill Russell or LeBron. Like you get stuff like that going on. So that's too tough. Like 23 for Jordan or LeBron. Like it's too much to like. You feel me? So the whole league retirement thing is another conversation. But in college, I feel like that could be a thing where for the school, we retire your number. But then you end up being like Kareem, where nobody, well, I don't know if that works, but nobody in the Pac-12 could wear. I don't even know what it was, but then Pac-8 maybe, but it could wear Kareem's number or Bill Walters' number. But that just made me think why that can't work because you have teams changing conferences and stuff. So like if UCLA changed and went to the Big 12 or Big whatever it is now, with that transfer over there, we're staying in the conference. Like stuff like that, why I think it won't work too. But it was a good idea while it lasted, you know.
Yeah, I'm not tripping about the number though. I told coach, hey man, whoever got 20, you make sure they be straight. Don't give 20 to somebody they behind the bench or ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? If they have my number, at least let them be doing something. You know what I'm saying? It's like because if I come back and I'll be like, man, why is that dude wearing my number? I'm mad. So, but yeah, man. Hopefully, well, we gonna speak into existence. So 5 years from now, I plan to be back here to accept my Hall of Fame induction. You invited if you can make it. You make that trip. You know if you ain't too busy. But I be telling folks like that. I like dead serious. I be telling folks like, hey man, you invited, bro. 5 years from now, make plans to be here. Probably around September, September, October. So just plan to be here. My daddy said too. He was like, that'd be a nice little reason for all us to come back to Columbus one more time. As you know, obviously when you go, we ain't gonna be there for real no more. I said, yeah, man. 5 years. We have one more little. We'll reconvene in Columbus one more time. I get my Hall of Fame induction. They're gonna put my plaque on the wall. They're gonna give me my whatever. I don't know exactly what all they give the guys that get inducted, but all that I needed. So
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's a nice little catch up of your season in the hand, man. So um got into awards, got into that. Anything else basketball wise you want to get into?
not much, man. I'm working on the pro stuff now. Like that's the next thing. So we'll get into that another day. But that's kind of what I'm working on now.
All right, man. So anything else you want to share? Okay, I've been meaning to say this, but I didn't want to interrupt you. Just for anybody that is curious, I'm okay. Ain't nothing wrong with me, man. Like this is just we talked about it before recording. This is just a fruit smoothie, man. It's just a whole bunch of fruit that I blended together, and this is what this is. If y'all want to know, it's pineapple, mango, blueberries, bananas, and a little coconut water. All right, so don't say I ain't put y'all on game. This is delicious. Okay, but that's what this is. Just in case anybody just looking at me like, what is the boy drinking? All right, I ain't sick, and I'm wrong, man. I ain't crazy. All right, just fruit smoothie.
Fruit
All right,
smoothie.
relax, just chill out, don't do all that. Yeah, man. I declare that clear the air with that one, man. But anything else you want to get into? You want to share before we get out of here?
Oh man, what we at an hour? We've been talking for a minute. Oh man. Okay, so first I don't want to take up all the episode, man. Is there anything you want to share? Like you want to get into anything, man? Business wise, life wise, before we go on, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't really got nothing too crazy. Stuff been slowly growing for it, for business and stuff, man. Personally, I'm kind of, I guess you call it social media fast, really. I don't want to get too deep in. I mean, I can, but time's kind of well
Taking a
spent
break.
here. But yeah, man, it's different levels of why I'm doing it, man. But just taking a little break from social media. I'm only posting like the little clips about the podcast, like the introduction of the podcast on social media. It's like that's it. I kind of sucks 'cause I have to DM people to get stuff done too. So that's kind of like I am sneaking on there, but I'm not on there.
Just getting on, communicating, getting back.
Yeah. And I don't want nobody to be in their feelings, but I kind of understand if you are in your feelings because I might be too. I don't follow everybody. So like don't nobody be like, oh, he don't follow me. Like, no, I have zero followings. Like I'm not following anybody. It's just it's times well spent. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's just like I got to a place where I was like, you scroll through social media, I'm following different trainers and stuff, and it's like, dang, bro, like you start playing the comparison game, and it's like trying to compete with other people, and it's like you don't be in the right headspace sometimes when everything is about compete. I heard Nipsey say this. He is like, you can't compete and create in the same space. You can't have both of them in the same space. So you can't be creative and flow from within. You're always looking outside trying to compete with other people. That's you coming from these two different places with that. And lately, I ain't been able to like really do me as best as I could because I'm on here like, dang, I ain't doing enough. I see somebody else doing something like, dang, I need to do that too. Since about, oh, you doing that? I need to do that too. Somebody younger than me, I'm like, dang, bro, I ain't doing enough. And you go farther. Somebody around my age, like, dang, he doing that, bro. Like, playing that whole little game, man. And so uh, it got to a point where it's like every time I get on social media, I'm just like down on myself, bro. Like I'm just beating myself about where I'm at and where I'm not at. So I just like, look, let me get a second to like refresh and just like social media is supposed to be a tool to help me and stuff, and it's not doing that right now. So let me take a second to step back and like get in line with what I need supposed to be doing, what I need to be doing and stuff, man. So that's where I'm at right now. Taking a little break from there. That's personal slash business because my life is that pretty much. But outside of that, bro, like I've had some good stuff happen, man. Like and I got two YouTube channels. I got the BeBall Jones training and I got the podcast one. For that reason, the training one been jumping. Like I done got like as at the time I looked at it, I got like 220 something followers, something like, and I follow subscribers on that. I didn't gain a good bit since like top of the year. I'll say that. I had one video go crazy, viral for, well, at least with me. I don't know if viral is for everybody else, but for me, it's viral. I hate when people say something went viral because I'd be like, I haven't seen it. Like it's not that viral. Like stop it.
I haven't
But
seen
for me, for me, this is viral for me.
Oh, that's funny. I like that though. Oh, did you go viral? I hadn't seen it.
I went viral, like, bro. I don't just what. Who are you? First off, like, let's
Who
start
are
there. But I hate folks say that all the time. I went viral, like, bro. This should really go viral. Everybody talk. I didn't see no of my friends talk about it, post and share what you had. So like, you should really go viral. So I went viral for me. This is me going viral. I didn't have this many views and likes and stuff before. So my level of viral is that. So I had a video do that, which played a role into it, man. But I'm happy about that. Thankful for it. Um, my goal is to really be more consistent on both channels. So I've been doing that a little bit. Had a setback, you know. Oh, I share this because I ain't sharing nobody. Um, End up having an injury, surprisingly enough. Um, that's why we couldn't record one time. I ain't tell you the full story. I think I told you. I don't remember, but
Mm,
ended up having like my eye literally being scratched. So like,
dang.
yeah, I was in a session with one of my guys and just demoing a move for him and doing a spin move in his hand. Like he was just like playing dummy with his hands right there. I spent and like bloom, his fan, like his hand like went into my eye. First thought, you know, somebody hit your eyes blurry, whatever. Take a second, you know, shake it off, and you'd be good. That's my thought process. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Session went on. I'm like, bro, this junk is it's not going away.
I still can't see.
I can't see. Like, what's going on? And this how I get a little bit better, a little bit more. Okay. Here we go. All right, now I can get back to the session. We can go. And it got worse. I'm like, bro, what is what is this?
It
Like,
got worse.
this ain't it. This ain't working.
Oh
So it
my
hurt,
goodness.
man. It got better, then it got worse. It got a little better again, then it got worse again. I was like, bro, what is life right now? Because I'm trying to finish the session. Because I feel bad because I can't even train them properly because I can't even see, bro. I feel like I'm wasting their time, bro. Like, you paid for this. Like, I feel bad. So I'm like, it's probably like maybe halfway through the session, maybe that like I had the incident happen. Like, little lower half. So like down bad, bro. I'm like, I cannot see, bro. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I can't even explain what's going on because I can't see. So finish the session out, man. Um, Trying to talk to the dad, whatever we talking. All right, bro. Like, finish it up. So left, drove home, just came home, lay down, bro, because I just started hurting on the way home, whatever. So my sister and my mom came in like, "What's wrong with you, man?" Like, my eye hurt. I don't know what's going on. Blah blah blah. My sister looking at my eye. She's like, "I see something in your eye." Like that's, I'm like, oh, like something in your eye. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna lay here for a minute and hope it goes away. End up going to emergency room, whatever. Um, they told me something's wrong with my eye. You know, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Probably need to go to this doctor, you know, this hospital, whatever. End up going there, and they was like, "Yeah, you got a little cut in your eye, bro. You need to like I had a cornea abrasion. That's what the actual term is, but I had a cut in my eye."
Mm.
I was like, "Oh." That's why I can't see. It ain't just get it. I got smacked in the eye. I'm like, oh, I
I'm hurt
literally
for
can't
real.
see. Like for real, for real. Like
Oh
the
my
broken
god.
hand thing, bro. Like it's like, oh, my hand is broke, bro. It ain't just sprain infection. I can. Oh, all right, cool. So if anybody had that happen, you know what I'm talking about. That just hurt, bro. But my sister was like, "You finished the session? Like you kept training?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's why are you surprised?" Like,
All right.
because at first in my mind, I'm thinking I just got hit in the eye, and it's weird because it's not going away yet. So that's my first process. Like it hurts, but I'm just like this at the time. I'm like, all right, bro. Okay, I can see. So do this and do that. I just changed. I had to change the
More
session.
clothes than what I can see now. So
I can see out of one eye. That's all I need, bro. Like I can see with one eye. Just whatever.
that was me. All right, I got one hand. I do
Hey, bro.
so.
I like doing this too much. Just folks and pay me their money, man. And I came all this way. I'm finna get a session in, bro. I don't care. I like doing this. Ain't like I'm hurting. You feel me? I am hurting, but ain't like I'm just uh I'm saying I can't find another word besides like being in pain because I'm in pain. But ain't like I'm emotionally disliking being. It ain't like I'm at a job. Like I'm
All right,
working my job trying to do the off of the job. I'm off. I'm done. I don't care. I got a paper cut.
I'm
I'm
going
done. I
home.
don't want to be. So that's kind of what happened with me, man. That had me down for like a good week. Um, yeah, obviously I'm better now, So, but I was like, what's this March? Well, it's dropping. Well, I shouldn't have said that, but whatever. Happened like early. uh, I think February. No, early March. Yeah, early in March. Yeah. So that had me messed up for a minute, man. But I'm good off of that, man.
Hey, bro. Glad you
Yeah,
straight, man. You would have came away with an eye patch like nothing else. I'm like, dang, bro, how many?
bruh. I would have been like, what you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm good.
What you talking about?
Oh, like, bruh, what you mean? What I'm talking about? Nigga, like you up here one eye? Like, what you mean? Oh, you mean that? Oh, you talking about that? Oh, that would have
Boy,
been me,
funny.
bro. Business as usual.
Man, like when I first hurt my hand and we was recording, I was trying so hard not to let people see my hand. I was like, this ain't the time to explain it. So I was just holding my arm down the whole time. I wouldn't raise my hand to talk and then I was just like this the whole time. If I sat back, arm down. And if I said something, I pointed with this hand instead of the other one. I was
Yep.
like, I can't let people see this cast. Y'all ain't see the cast. The cast was big. Like this is kind of, I mean, obviously it's real noticeable pseudo like a slice of cheese on my hand, but it wasn't just like big bulky cast. So it was like people would see me and be like, dang, bro, what happened to you? I'm like, yeah, man, broke my hand. They're like, dang. Everybody's shocked. Everybody got the same. Everybody got the same reaction. Like, dang, bro, how you do that?
Yeah, that's
Ain't hurt
funny.
in a basketball game.
Oh
Woo.
man,
We both
but
out here just getting hurt. Playing through the pain though. Hey, we built different.
hey man, that's why I ain't think about it till the conversation came up, but like it's really like a whole. I didn't realize that, bro, but like because it's just I'm I'm athlete. That's all I've been and
That
all
was your
I've known my
thoughts.
whole life.
Like,
That's just
yeah.
you keep doing like unless you just like legit cannot go on, you keep going. Like and you know how my dad is, man. It's like he built that into me too, bro. It's like both of them together is just bro. Like if you can go, you can go. It's just kind of how it
See,
is, man.
man, I told somebody this the other day though. I was like, I came from a generation like what my coaches told me, don't go to the doctor if something hurt because they're just gonna tell you to sit out. Like it be
Mm-hmm.
things you can play through that they'll tell you to sit out. So don't go to the
Mm-hmm.
doctor. You can tell me what's wrong, and I'll look at you. We can see to the school nurse, whatever. But we're not going to the hospital to the doctor unless you absolutely need to. That was kind of coaches I had.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they still doing that. I don't know if people do that now. They might, but like now I think people be so scared of like let me bump my table. Now people be so scared about like lawsuits or something. I don't know what it is. Like they just be like, man, go to the doctor. Like, and then now you sitting out for the next 3 games. Like it just man, some stuff like if I couldn't physically like my hand was like I could physically not dribble the ball or shoot the ball. Like I couldn't. My hand didn't have the strength to do it. If it weren't for that, I was not going to no doctor. I was going to the trainers. Like, yeah, man, what y'all think I need to do? Well, I wasn't going to no doctor, but I was like, man, I physically can't do the things I need to do to play. So that's why I went to the doctor. Like, bro, I come from that generation of like, if you hurt, you don't need to go straight to the doctor because you can probably play through. Like, so that went in my mind for a lot of the injuries I've had. Like, you the same way. It was like, man, I hurt my eye, but shoot, it'll shake back. You know, you just go on one eye. I'm gonna finish the session. I was like, man. I went back into the game when I got hurt. I went back. I was like, shoot, I can't dribble or shoot, but like I can do something to help. One point in the game, I literally went up to coach. I said, we was losing. I think we was down like 9. We had a couple minutes left, like 2-3 minutes left. I went up to coach. I said, Coach, do you want to get me out? Like, I can't score. Like, we need to score. Like, we need to get back in the game. He was like, you don't get scored. Just play defensive rebound. I said, okay. In game, like somebody was on the free throw line, and he said that I was like, Coach, you don't want me to you don't want to put somebody who can shoot the ball, try to score the ball at least. Like I'm not a threat right now. He was like, man, just play this rebound. I was like, oh, okay. I went back in there and did it. I actually got a block too. I got a block with the broken hand. I rebounded a couple plays. I was like, man, all right, so he want me to be out here. I'm out here.
Yeah. I won't say my coaches tell me that, but it's basically along the lines, kind of similar to that, where it's like you either hurt, you injured. 2 different things. All right. No, basically, let me say it like this: either you can play, or you injured. That's what the line was. It was on one. It was black and white. Either you can play, or you injured. For those to understand, you roll your ankle, you're not injured, you can play. You fracture your ankle, or you sprain your ankle, you break your ankle, okay, you can't play, so you injured. It was black or white. That's how we kind of grew up. That's how my coaches were. It's like, we understand if you can't play, like we understand, but don't be coming out here doing practice and all this other little stuff and not playing the game, or vice versa. Think you can just skip practice and then not show up. You know what I mean? Like it's no, bro. You either here or you're not here. You don't get your way. Think you can be cute with it? No, bro. Either you're here or you're not here. That's it. Ain't no middle ground. You can if you want to come up, give me what you got, like your coach is saying. You can defense rebound. When I play your full minutes, but you can play something, you can give me something. That's how I grew up. That's how we was raised, man. I don't want to say the generation soft. That's a whole other conversation we get into. Load management, all that stuff. That's a whole other episode, bro. But we were just raised a little different, man. Like I get some of it, man, but we were just raised different, bro. Like I was now looking back at it, now I know what happened. I was injured. Like I should not have been out there. I should have finished the session and like I handled all of that wrong. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You should have went to the hospital.
I just stopped the session, called somebody, hey, take me to the hospital, and we're gonna figure something else out.
Hey, boy. Sorry, bro. You a warrior, bro.
Hey, I just didn't know what I was doing, bro. Like, I don't know, man.
That's all right, bro. I understand. We in the same boat. It's funny because it's funny because you said that, but like I was doing that though. Like I was practicing, but like coach would sit me down for a lot of stuff, like stuff that I really didn't need to be in. Because at the end of the year, you know everything you need to know, but we still going over things, preparing and stuff. He'll sit me down and like before I got hurt, I never subbed out in practice, almost never, unless we was going first team against scout team, second team against scout team. Then I sit down. But as far as like drills go, like I was never getting subbed out. So I wasn't used to that. But then, it got to the point where it was like, I was hurt. So it was like, all right, somebody getting this. It was like so-and-so getting this. Like, because there ain't no point in risking it more than it already is.
Yeah.
And so, and then the trainers, Ocean, our trainer Ocean was like, yeah, don't do shoot around today. On the day of the game, she was like, yeah, don't do shoot around. I was like, what you mean? She was like, yeah, every time you work out or like exert yourself, your hand gonna swell a little bit more because your blood pressure goes up. Your blood's pumping. So, because my hand was never not swollen, it was swollen all when till the season was all the way over. Like it's been swollen this whole time. So, she was like, every time you sweat and get going, your hand gonna swell up more. So you got a game today. So let's not make it swell more than it already is. So sit out of practice, just ice, don't do nothing, just watch, shoot around, and then when it's over, you come back. She said, you leave, come back, we're going to ice again, before the game, we're gonna ice while you watching film and stuff before the game, and then we'll get you ready to play. I was like, all right, you the boss. I went to coach. Yeah, OSHA said I need to sit out, shoot around. He said, all right. I was not expecting all right. I was expecting him to be like, why? He was like, okay.
Mhm.
He's like, you don't need to be out there no way. You know everything. You'll be all right. Just
Yeah.
watch. I was like, okay. And it feels so weird to me because I'm like, dang, bro, you don't want me to be.
Yeah.
He was like, man, just watch, bro. You don't need to be out there. You know everything. You all right? He was like, okay. So I'm sitting on the sideline with ice on my hand. And then my teammates were, they were like, you ain't playing? I was like, nah, I'm playing. They just told me to sit out shoot around. I was like, oh, boy, okay. You scared me, boy. They were worried, but I'm like, dang, bro, what you doing? You ain't got your jersey on? I was like, good, bro. They told me to sit out. Okay.
That's funny, man. Hey, it's funny how coaches like know the players, bro. Cause like, first, let me say this: I'm not like I wasn't one of the best players. I'm gonna establish that first. I was one of the role players, okay. But I remember, I got hurt when I was playing too, and my coach was like, I remember this practice. We was like, they was acting stupid. I couldn't play at this point. I was like sitting out because I was injured. Let me say that I was injured, so I was sitting out. And so coach was going on like we was playing. It was practicing soft that day. They want to go hard, whatever. And he was like, he was going down the line of folks. He was like, man, you playing soft this, that, and the third. You ain't showing me this because of that. He was calling, bro. I'm talking about calling people out. He was like saying the truth. He was like, good and bad. Hey, man, you can be doing X, Y, and Z, but you playing soft because you get feelings about this. You got that going on, got that going on. It was like, dang, he ripping in everybody, bro. Not ripping in, but he like telling the truth about everybody,
You
man.
tell me about this here.
Bro, when I tell you that he took the band-aid off every single player that needed that jump, he was like, some people he was gassing up telling the truth about in the other sense. He's like, man, if you ain't that good right now, but man, you play hard, you give effort, this, that, and the third, man. You honestly, bro, you playing hard in air, but that's out here right now. You probably the worst player on the not the worst player on the team, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you giving best effort and energy, this, that, and the third. I mean, you could be the best out here, but you just lazy. Da, 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 da. I was like, dang. He got that mean. He was like, man, we can take the cast off you right now, bro. I know you be playing B. Like, ain't no question in my mind, bro. Like, you be playing broke, fractured, sprained. It don't matter to me, bro. Like, you be playing right now. And I was like, dang, how'd you know that, bro? Like, how'd you know?
This guy's a magician.
I was like, hold on, bro. Like, I ain't tell nobody that. How you know? Like, you read my mind, bro? Like, okay, all right. But like, that's just like, it's just funny how coaches break down and be like, calling everybody out, bro. Coaches, shout out to every coach, bro. Not every coach. To coaches that are good, that know their team,
coaches that are good.
One that suck, bro. I need to hang it up or just figure out till y'all can get better. Because I want to give up hope on y'all because there's always room for progress on the go.
Of course, y'all know the motto. Man,
but coach, shout out to good coaches, man. Coaches that actually trying, coach that care about their players and the team and actually want to get better, man. Shout out to y'all because y'all some real ones.
Facts. Man, when I wasn't playing, that game against we was playing USC Aiken. I wasn't playing, so like for context, it makes the story even like funny. We were playing USC Aiken the game I wasn't able to play between the two appointments. We played them the first time, we won in overtime. I had 25. And I hit a lot of the big shots we needed to win. So we won that game a lot because of me. That was like a big game for us and for me. Here we is gonna play them again. I'm not playing. Man, they was practicing. I ain't practicing, so I'm just sitting there with ice on my hand. And one of our bigs ain't get a rebound. Like a rebound he should have had. Coach like, man, that dude ain't playing, man. y'all better do this. Somebody gotta step up. Like he yelling. Like, hey man, he ain't playing. Like, he can't come out here and bail y'all out. I'm on the side, like, you ain't got to say it like that, bro.
Yeah.
You got them thinking like I said that. Like, he's like, man, you can't bail y'all out. I'm like, oh, I ain't bailing nobody out, man. But he was getting on their case, man. But it was funny though. It was funny to me. I'm like, dang, bro, why you had to say that to them? Hey, man, being on the sideline different because now you see everything from a different perspective. I was just looking like, dang, bro, like, why? This what we look like? That don't look bad right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, that's funny.
Boy. Well, I need,
Oh man, that's funny, man. But I think that's it for me, man. I had my eye cut. I'm back to 100 now. Taking a break from social media. Um, Crazy how I get off social media and my YouTube started popping. I don't know what that was.
funny how that goes, ain't it?
Yeah. So I'm dropping. My goal is to drop 1 or 2 videos every week. That's why that slowed me down. So I had my eye issue, literally couldn't see for like a week. So that messed me up for that week. I think the following week something would happen with my computer to where when he working, that had me down for like almost 2 weeks, I think. So that was great. Then and then I was busy the following week, couldn't do nothing for real. So, that was happening for me, man. But I posted something the week that we're recording this, and I'm working on a video to drop for next week, man. So my goal, 1 or 2 videos a week until I can figure out something better to where I can drop more. But gotta start somewhere. Because once again,
Of
progress
course.
on the goals to start somewhere, build up, be consistent, and keep going and following that, man. But besides that, I love podcasting, bro. It's fun. I really enjoy doing this, man. I'm not definitely not where we want to be. I was thinking about this earlier today, man. We are probably, or this podcast is probably like a third of what not even like big picture, but just like a very doable phase of what I see being done like now. Probably a third of that. So if y'all liking the podcast now, y'all don't see the like you said, but y'all don't see the full vision. Y'all seeing a fraction of it, man. So maybe a fourth,
Everybody,
like a third of a fourth, man. Like, oh man. But
everybody can't see the vision, dog. That's just what it is.
like I was telling my brother about something, bro. It's like I don't see anybody doing this for podcasts, especially not basketball podcasts, bro. Like I see something bigger. Like and when I do that jump, bro, I got to a point where it's got nothing to do with kind of off the topic now, but I got to a point where it's like sometimes as a visionary, as a dreamer, we get so caught up in like one day I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. But I got to a point where it's like sometimes it gets you too caught up in like procrastinating on stuff. So I had to like, okay, I gotta get something done. So like let me like rewind and like reverse engineer to like what's the scalable version of what I can do with that now. So like um let's say I don't you wanna have a furniture company, right? You wanna sell off luxury furniture or something like that, right? Well, what can I do right now that's the closest version to that where I can get started? How about you just start off with like a chair? Buy a chair once a week and you sell that mug. Let's do okay, you can sell a set of chairs. Okay, let's do you know what I mean? Like make something happen to where you can do it now so there's no excuses. So when I start thinking like that with other ideas that I have, it's like, oh snap, you just 10x the speed of what you can do now. So like I got a big grand scheme of what I want to do with that jump, bro. But like even figuring out how to get it done still might take me a couple months, maybe a year, maybe. I don't know. Depending on resources. Um but I of course I'm finna be public with I never public with goals and stuff, man. But y'all the thing is y'all gonna see when it gets done, y'all gonna be like, oh, this what B was talking about. No podcast. At least no podcast big time is doing this because it's just whatever, man. But it's fun, bro. Like I enjoy podcasting. Training is doing this thing, man. Has its roller coasters, ups and downs, man. But slowly figuring out little stuff here and there, man. Um, understanding business more, understanding training more and better. Working on different stuff to keep that growing, man. But in a speed up version of that's kind of what my life has been up to since the last little catch up. At least I can think. I'm terrible with this because I never like remember everything. And as soon as we get done, I'm like, oh, this other 10 things happen. But whatever, man.
Those other 10 things.
But I think that's all I got for right now, man. Yeah, that's been my life so far.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I get into more of my life outside of basketball another day because we didn't talk enough for today for this episode, but we'll get around to that another time. But Yeah, man. We just want to catch up with y'all, let y'all know what's going on with us. What we got going on. So y'all just remember, B got two good eyes, and one day I have two good hands. And this really was the injury episode. Telling
Yeah,
y'all
for
how we
real.
got. But yeah, man, it's all good though, man. We shook back, both of us, and we just want to give y'all a little insight on what's going on with us, man. So y'all save the date, man. A weekend, sometime in September, 2028. Nelson Haskin, CSU Hall of Fame induction on the way. The countdown is on.
I wish I could have a clock and just like put it right there. That'd be funny.
5 years? I ain't gonna lie, that's a long time.
I didn't say like keep it running, but like a clock so
Yeah.
like you know what I mean. Whatever.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah, save the date, man. 5 years, 2028 Hall of Fame induction class. I hope I'll be one of them guys. Like, who was that? We said. I think they said that about Peyton Manning. It was like,
Oh yeah.
like, his Hall of Fame induction conversation was 10 seconds long. It was 10 seconds too long.
Yep.
It shouldn't even been no discussion. It was like, all right, Peyton Manning, to go slide him in there.
So we got on the list, we have such and such, Charles Woodson, Peyton Manning, blah blah. All right, so such and such, 10-minute discussion. All right, cool, whatever. Charles Woodson, okay, he's in. Peyton Manning in, such and such next. What we say about him? Like
They're just gonna write him in, bro. Ain't nothing to talk about, man. I hope
Yep.
that be me, man. When they get to my time, they'd be like, all right, Nelson asking. All right, easy. I hope that me, man. I got a resume. I got quite the resume. 2 DPOYs. Only second person to ever do that. First in school history. A 16-hour conference. All tournament team. Been to the NCAA tournament. What's all? And second all time in blocks for the school in school history. Name in the record books. Got 2 individual awards. Got all conference. Been to the NCAA tournament. All that good stuff. It's a lot of players can't say they've been to the NCAA tournament. You don't think about it because it'd be like, man, so many teams in the tournament. It's a lot of teams or players who can't say they ever been to the NCAA tournament. So took that with me, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think I got a solid resume. So 5 years from now, I'll say the date. But
yeah.
That's
it, man.
I've been saying anything.
Nah, man. I think we touched on enough for now, But we might have to do a part 2, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Might have to. But that does it, man, for another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast, man. We hope y'all enjoyed it. We appreciate y'all for listening. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Drop down in the comments and drop any questions y'all got for us, man. If y'all want to know something about us, we'll let you know, man. We don't mind telling y'all. But yeah, man, we appreciate it, man. Like and subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. Be sure to follow Brian on all social medias, even though he ain't on it right now. One day he will be. So y'all still go check that out, man. He still posts regularly on there. So check him out at BeBall Jones. That's BeBall Jones on all social media platforms. So go follow him up over there. He might follow you back, man. Don't listen to him, man. He might follow you back. Y'all be sure to follow.
I'm gonna follow people back. Okay, I'm gonna follow people back. When I get back on there, I'm gonna get back integrated to follow people. All right, it's not a permanent ban of follow. I'm not one of them people. I think those people are kind of weird. I mean, like J. Cole and tomorrow, where I just follow like the label and my girl. Like I ain't one of them people. I ain't that famous. I'm gonna follow people back. All right, don't let Nelson trick y'all, man.
I told you how you gonna follow that, man. Y'all go ahead. Oh boy, y'all follow me at NellyH34 on Twitter, at Nelson.Haskin on IG, and just have my name on Facebook. We keep the conversation going on over there, or at least I will. So y'all check that out. But be sure to follow the podcast on TikTok. It's going across the bottom of the screen at BeBall Jones Podcast. So be sure to go follow us up over there. We put a lot of clips and excerpts from full episodes on there. So if you miss a full episode, you can go see what it was about on TikTok. But then go watch the full episode when you get the chance. We appreciate it. But yeah, man, that's it, man. So y'all make sure y'all tune in next week for another great episode. We might actually get into a topic next time. It might not just be about us. So y'all have to tune in to see. But be sure to like and subscribe, as we said. Once again, we appreciate y'all for listening. But without further ado, we out.